In this video, I want to show you how to set up your Instagram bio to be able to attract more premium buyers to pay for your service. This is the world's first impression of you. I want to give you the highest chance to get the most sophisticated buyers to pay you instead of your competition. I've sold 7 figures worth of my own coaching program, and every client that's come through has came through my bio setup the same way I'm going to show you how to do it. People pay me thousands of dollars to fix this for them, and 85% of people get this wrong. But by the end of this video, you'll walk away with the perfect Instagram bio that is crystal clear to complete strangers so you can turn them into paying clients. For those who are thinking to themselves right now, how important is it actually to set up a good Instagram bio? I think it's more important than most people think. Think of the world we live in today. Social media is like your resume that is exposed to the entire world. Even if you met somebody in person, the next thing they're going to do is look at your social media for validation. That's just the world we live in today. I also think that it's the best place to send new connections you make, whether you're networking in person, online, anywhere. It's the best place to send them to your social media page, because you show up in their newsfeed daily once they follow you. So it's a constant reminder that you're alive. Think about when you receive a business card at a networking event. You put the card in your pocket, you forget it's in there, you throw your clothes in the wash, and then it's gone. Or you just pile it up with the rest of the business cards you got that day and you just throw it in the corner. Business cards just get lost. And if you give somebody your phone number to add to your contacts list, how many times do you look through your phone and look through your contacts list? Nobody does that. They only dial the people they dial every single day. Then your contact just gets lost in the ether of somebody's contact list. Whereas if you send them to your social media, as soon as they hit follow, even if they forgot about you, humans are so addicted to social media now that they're constantly scrolling, and you get the opportunity to show up in their newsfeed and remind them that you exist. The first really important rule to understand is that it's important to talk about them and not about you in your own bio. If you want to optimize it to get more sales and more business, you should always talk about how you help your audience instead of talking about yourself. Reason why is because people are in it for themselves. Even when they come to your page, they don't care about you. They care about what you can do for them. So for the purpose of making more money and growing your business, we want to build your Instagram bio around your audience, who you help, how you help them. Everything is about them. Now let me show you how to set this up. The first really important thing to have in your bio is a clear professional headshot of yourself and not a logo. I repeat, not your logo. Humans resonate with other humans. When somebody sees another face, that's your first opportunity to instantly build connection with another human being using human psychology. You can't replicate the connection that humans have together with a design. So you don't want to miss out on that low-hanging fruit of an opportunity. If you're scrolling through social media, you see a picture of a cat, you see a logo, you see a picture of food, you see a picture of a human face, who do you connect with first? Another bonus tip to make your photo stand out even more is you could erase the background and put a solid color as the background of your photo and have it contrasting your color of hair and the clothes that you're wearing. So you can see here, yellow and blue contrast quite a bit, so it stands out. When you're scrolling through comments, your picture is like this big, and so is everybody else's. So when somebody sees contrasting solid color with a human face, it stands out above all the other pictures in the comments. You can do this by going to free background remover from Adobe. All I do is type in background remover, go to Adobe, this is free. You can drag in your image here. I know this is a colored background, but we're just gonna remove it. You can see it shows up like this. You can download this, save it to your computer, bring it over to Canva. What we can do is color the background. You can even use one of these gradient colors if you'd like. And let's just use something like this. I think that's what I used originally. And then we can go to our images. Then we can just pull in our image like this. And now you can just hit share, download. You've got yourself your bio pic with a colored background. The next thing that's gonna show up is your name and your title. So your tag will be here. I would recommend making your tag have something to do with what you do. So if you're a coach, you could say Jimmy, coach, or something in it, just so people know immediately. But here is where your name and your title would go. it's under your name. I would put your full name and then I would put your title. So if you're a business coach, you can put business coach. If you're a content creator, put content creator. Whatever that label is, add it to your name. This also helps with SEO. When people are looking things up and they're looking for a business coach, they'll type that in. The potential of your page showing up is higher because you've added this to your bio, and it helps with SEO. The next part in your bio is extremely important, and this is called your marketing message. The way you should structure your message is saying, I help insert your audience get desire. So fill in the blanks with what you have. Who do you help and what do you help them do exactly? For example, mine is I help content creators, that's my audience, sell their knowledge on the internet. That's the desire that they want. This message needs to be crystal clear because when you think of somebody who is scrolling through social media, looking at thousands of different pages a day, what you do needs to stand out immediately to them, and they need to be able to recognize what it is right away without having to overthink about it. No one's going to give you more than 2 seconds to capture their attention and know that it's for them. They'll just scroll to the next page. So make sure you call out the label they call themselves and what you help them with specifically. You don't need to get super fancy. You just need it to be blatantly clear who you help and what you do. Beneath that is your call to action. So you should have a lead magnet or something for them to opt into so that you can continue growing your contact list, but you also give your audience something valuable so that you can start building trust with them. What I recommend is having a free training that goes in depth, that eliminates a lot of objections they have, and also trains them so that they trust you know what you're talking about. So you could do something like free training with a finger down and then have the link to your lead magnet. It's very important that in your bio, you don't have a link tree and 5 different things for them to look at. When someone with social media zombie brain has too many options, they'll just click away because they're too confused on what to do. Have one link to the one thing you want to drive them to that's most important. So if it's a free training they can opt in for, you get their contact information, they watch the training, then do that. But just make sure it's the most important action you want them to take, and it's just one. So structure this wording as this is what you offer, and here's the call to action to get it. So if it's for audience to get desire, here's the free training, click below, have the link. I don't see a whole lot of people utilizing this, but this is valuable real estate, is your highlights. If you look at this bio, one of the biggest things is the highlights, aside from the photo itself. The 3 things I like to add in my highlights is testimonials, because it's proof that what you say you do, you have done for other people. Then your own story. So you could have stories with transformations that you've gone through based on what you help other people with. If you're a fitness coach, you could show how you were overweight and then you got super ripped. This is your place to be able to tell the story that you have gone through, because people resonate with you when they can relate to you. You don't always need to be in this position where you're so high and mighty and the life that you have is unattainable. Show people where you came from and how they show people where you came from. And if it's in a place of hardship where they are now, and you've been able to make that transformation to live the life they want, that's going to build more trust. The third, you can have a call to action again. So if it's this lead magnet, this training you want them to watch, this is your chance to speak on camera and have that call to action to get them to actually click the link in your bio again. If you don't have testimonial stories, if you don't have all this stuff, what I like to do is have 5 highlights, and then you can just have the call to actions be here. Say click here to learn more, and then you can tell them more about your service and what you do. Next is your 3 pinned posts that you can have on your page. Some of these things are repeating, but you want to repeat very important things. So I like to have a testimonial again, a video of one of your clients and the success story. You can pin that to the top so that they can see that immediately. The second thing I like to pin is having a Mythbuster post. What is the biggest thing that nearly everybody in your industry thinks, but it's not true? And how can you explain how it's wrong? I'm going to use one of mine as an example. When I was teaching music production, a lot of people assumed that you can't make good money with music production unless you had a bunch of credits with major artists, you went to college, and you have all these major placements. I told them how it wasn't true because you just had to learn marketing and sales. And with social media, you can get the word out without needing a massive record label. So what's something in your industry that everyone assumes they need, but they can still be successful without it? The third one, again, is call to action, because again, I want them to take the action that is most valuable, and it's clicking on this lead magnet and actually registering for it. If you think about any social media platform, you're on rented land. You're basically like, can I rent one of these offices in your building? Meaning that they can kick you out whenever, they can throttle your reach, they have all control. Whereas if you take them off of the platform and registered for your email list or your lead magnet, this is where you're truly building an audience that you control. This is why I like having the call to action multiple times in your bio, because you want to build your list off platform as much as possible. I've seen this structure of having a bio crush so many times. There's big influencers that say, I am a Wall Street Journal author, I've won this many awards, I've done this many things, I've done this many things. Those are all, I feel like, feeding our own egos. Whereas if we structure something like this, it talks about how we can deliver for our clients. And any business that you're in, the main goal is to be able to solve other people's problems. That's who gets paid most handsomely, is when you can solve other people's problems. So if you set up your bio talking about how you can solve your clients' issues, that's how you're going to get more sales naturally. Make sure you have a clean, professional headshot of yourself, have your name and your title in your bio, have your marketing message calling out your audience and how you help them, having a call to action to your lead magnet, having one link to that lead magnet, optimizing your story highlights with testimonials, stories, and a call to action, having 3 pin posts with a testimonial, myth-busting post, and call to action. This is a very effective way to master your resume that is exposed to the world. This isn't just theory. I've literally made millions with my Instagram bio like this, so I can show you how I turned content into millions of dollars and how you can do it too. Watch this video to avoid a lot of the hard lessons I had to learn along the way.